Imagine two people. The first one is named Raphael. Raphael makes $38,000 per month. He lives in a modern apartment, has a financed imported car, travels every year, wears expensive clothes, goes to good restaurants, and when he posts a photo, everyone thinks, this guy made it. Now meet Marina. Marina makes $8,700 per month. She lives in a simple neighborhood, drives a paid-off used car, cooks at home, buys with planning, and does not care about looking rich. If you saw both of them on the street, you would probably say Raphael is rich. But here is the truth nobody sees. Raphael has only $19,000 invested. Marina has $412,000 accumulated between investments, retirement savings, and an emergency fund. Raphael looks rich. Marina is becoming free. And this difference changes everything. Because maybe your biggest financial problem is not exactly how much you make. Maybe it is how much of your money manages to survive until the end of the month. Chapter 1. The lie everyone believes for years. Many people grew up hearing the same phrase. When I make more money, my problems will end. But that almost never happens, because when income rises, expenses rise too. The person who used to make $4,000 and thought everything would be solved with $8,000 reaches $8,000 and discovers that now they need $12,000. Then they reach $12,000 and start believing peace will only come with $20,000. And so life becomes an endless staircase. You climb one step, but the feeling of financial pressure climbs with you. The salary increases, the lifestyle increases, the pressure increases, the debt increases, and in the end, freedom remains far away. That is the trap. The problem is not wanting to live better. The problem is turning every income increase into a new obligation. Chapter 2. The money comes in, but it does not stay. Raphael is not irresponsible in the classic sense. He does not throw money away in absurd ways. He does not buy yachts. He does not gamble everything at a casino. He simply lives like someone who believes he deserves to keep up with his own salary. When he received his first raise, he changed apartments. When he received his second, he changed cars. When he received his third, he started traveling more. When he received his fourth, he put his children in a more expensive school. Before he realized it, his life cost almost everything he made. Raphael's salary became a busy avenue. A lot of money passed through it, but almost nothing stopped there. And this is what happens to millions of people. They are not poor in income. They are poor in retention. They make good money, but they keep nothing. And if money does not stay with you, it does not work for you. It works for someone else, for the bank, for the finance company, for the credit card, for the car dealership, for the food delivery app, for the store, for the forgotten subscription, for everyone except your future. Chapter 3. The danger of looking well off. There is a harsh but true phrase. Looking rich is one of the fastest ways to never become rich, because looking rich is expensive. It costs installments, it costs interest, it costs maintenance, it costs insurance, it costs condominium fees, it costs anxiety, it costs freedom. The car that impresses people in the garage may be delaying your independence by 10 years. The apartment that impresses visitors may be consuming the money that should be invested. The trip that gets likes may be paid for on a credit card in 12 installments. The expensive clothes may be hiding an empty bank account. And the most dangerous part is that nobody sees it. People see the car, but they do not see the debt. They see the trip, but they do not see the bill. They see the restaurant, but they do not see the emergency fund at zero. They see the appearance, but they do not see the fragility. And then many people start competing in a fake game, a game where everyone tries to look more successful than they really are. But true wealth does not need an audience. Chapter 4. Income is not wealth. Here is the difference that changes your financial life. Income is what you make. Wealth is what remains. Income pays bills. Wealth buys freedom. Income impresses others. Wealth protects you. Income appears on your paycheck. Wealth appears when an emergency happens and you do not panic. A person can make $50,000 per month and still be broke. Another person can make $7,000 and be building assets. What separates one from the other is not only the size of the salary, it is the difference between what comes in and what goes out. Let's call this the freedom gap. The freedom gap is simple. The greater the distance between what you make and what you spend, the faster you build wealth. Marina makes $8,700 per month. She lives on around $5,900. That leaves an average of $2,800 per month to invest, save, and protect her future. Raphael makes $38,000 per month. But between financing, rent, credit cards, school, travel, delivery, insurance, and installment purchases, he has only $400 left in a good month. Now notice how absurd this is. Marina makes almost 5 times less, but she manages to invest twice as much. That is why she is moving forward, and Raphael is just running in place. Chapter 5. The Lifestyle Treadmill. Many people's financial life looks like a treadmill. At first, the person makes little money and runs slowly. Then the salary increases. They think, now things will work out. But the treadmill also speeds up. Rent gets more expensive. The car gets more expensive. Restaurants get more expensive. Leisure gets more expensive. Clothes get more expensive. Friends start going to more expensive places. And the person remains in the same place, only more tired. This is the cruel detail. You can double your income and still feel the same financial pressure. Because the problem was not only the size of your income, it was the speed at which your desires turned into fixed expenses. Human beings get used to comfort quickly. What was luxury yesterday becomes normal tomorrow. What seemed like an achievement yesterday becomes an obligation tomorrow. What brought pleasure yesterday becomes a bill tomorrow. And when that happens, you no longer control money. Money controls you. Chapter 6. The Small Leaks That Destroy Wealth. Many people look for one big financial villain, but most of the time, money does not disappear through one major mistake. It escapes through small leaks. $39.90 on a subscription, $78 on food delivery, $120 on an impulse purchase, $600 on an installment, $300 on financing, $300 in credit card interest. Alone, each amount seems small, but added together, they become a machine that destroys the future. Imagine a person who spends per month $450 on a financed car, $420 on subscriptions and apps, $900 on food delivery, $750 on impulse purchases, $680 on interest and installments. That adds up to $4,200 per month. In 1 year, that is $50,400. Now imagine that same amount invested every year for 20 years. That person could build hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe more than 1 million depending on time and returns. But instead, that money becomes forgotten consumption. And this is one of the greatest modern financial tragedies. Many people are not destroying their future with one big wrong decision. They are destroying their future with small automatic decisions. Chapter 7. The Life of Someone Who Builds in Silence. Now think about Marina. She does not look rich. She does not drive the latest car. She does not change phones with every new release. She does not try to prove anything on social media. But every month, before thinking about spending, she separates money for 3 things: emergency fund, investments, future freedom. When her salary comes in, part of it already goes out automatically. She does not wait for money to be left over, because she knows that money without a purpose becomes spending. Marina learned a simple rule. If you only invest what is left over, there will probably never be anything left over. So she reversed the game. First, she pays her future. Then she lives on the rest. Raphael does the opposite. First, he pays for the present. Then he tries to save the future with whatever remains. But almost nothing ever remains. And here is the difference between the two. Marina created a system. Raphael depends on willpower, and willpower loses to convenience almost every day. Chapter 8. Discipline is not suffering. Many people hear the word discipline and think of deprivation. They think of never traveling, never eating out, never buying anything, never enjoying life. But financial discipline is not living badly. It is stopping yourself from selling your freedom in exchange for immediate pleasure. It is choosing what truly matters. It is understanding that every dollar has a mission. Some dollars pay for your life today. Other dollars need to protect your life tomorrow. The problem begins when every dollar is used for today. Then the future arrives with nothing waiting for you. And the future always arrives. It arrives in the form of an emergency. It arrives in the form of job loss. It arrives in the form of retirement. It arrives in the form of illness. It arrives in the form of opportunity. Those who have money saved can choose. Those who do not have money must accept. That is the difference. Money is not only for buying things, money is for buying options. Chapter 9. The mistake of confusing comfort with progress. Not every upgrade is progress. Sometimes the upgrade is just a trap with a beautiful appearance. Moving to a better apartment can be good, but if it eliminates your ability to invest, maybe it is not progress. Buying a better car can be pleasant, but if it locks you into 5 years of payments, maybe it is not freedom. Traveling can be wonderful, but if the trip comes back with you on the credit card bill, maybe it cost more than money. The problem is not improving your life. The problem is improving the appearance of your life while worsening the financial structure behind it. Real progress is not when others notice you are spending more. Real progress is when you notice you are depending less on credit, less on approval, less on the next paycheck, less on other people's opinions, less on fear. Chapter 10. Compound interest does not forgive delay. There is a force that can work for you or against you. That force is called time. When you invest early, time multiplies. When you get into debt early, time suffocates. A person who starts investing $900 per month at age 25 can reach age 60 with much more wealth than someone who only starts at 40, investing $2,000 per month. Why? Because money needs time to grow. Starting early matters a lot. Consistency matters a lot. Patience matters a lot. But most people give the best years of time to consumption. Then they try to recover everything in a hurry. But compound interest is like a tree. You do not plant it today and rest in the shade tomorrow. You plant early. You take care of it. You repeat. You wait. And one day you realize that what seemed small has become protection. It has become freedom. It has become choice. Chapter 11. The system that changes everything. So, what should you do? The answer is not complicated, but it must be taken seriously. First, know exactly how much comes in and how much goes out. There is no control without clarity. Second, create a mandatory margin. Do not wait for money to be left over. Define a percentage to save and invest before spending. Third, automate. If it depends on motivation, you will fail. Make the money go to investments as soon as you get paid. Fourth, control lifestyle increases. When your income rises, do not let your expenses rise in the same proportion. If you received a $2,000 raise, do not turn the entire $2,000 into a new expense. Use part of it to improve your life, but use part of it to accelerate your freedom. Fifth, stop buying things to impress people who will not pay your bills. This may be the most freeing rule of all, because a large part of modern spending does not come from necessity. It comes from comparison. Chapter 12. The question you need to answer. Raphael thought he was winning because he made a lot of money, but his money did not stay. Marina seemed ordinary, but month after month she built something nobody saw. And that is the great difference. True wealth is almost always born in silence, without applause, without ostentation, without drawing attention. It is born when you choose not to spend everything, when you choose to invest before consuming, when you choose freedom instead of appearance, when you understand that the most important money is not the money that comes in, it is the money that remains.